Ladies and gentlemen, the quick and the dead are our subject this day, and as we come to you with that great cosmic awareness given to us by cosmic grace, it is to remind all of you that humanity today are divided into two parts, those who are quick and those who are dead. Humanity, unfortunately, by reason of their failure to apprehend cosmic intentions, have quite frequently entered into a vibratory action that in the eyes of God brings them already to a state of the loss of their divine life by reason of the fact that they consume it upon their lusts, and their consciousness and their thoughts continue to express that which belongs to the domain of death rather than the domain of life. We would rather speak of those who are lively stones, builded up into a spiritual order of mercy, beauty, strength, and fortitude. We come to you then this day with awareness of the potential of the quick, those individuals who are able to summon in a moment the great compassion which is necessary in order to disseminate cosmic truth free from the bigotry of mortal opinions. Humanity from time to time become imbued with the idea that they themselves are both judge and jury, and do not recognize the potential of cosmic jurisprudence to enter into a comprehension of what is real about an individual and what is nothing more than a false front which they have allowed to be builded in their consciousness. Delusion itself is infectious, and humanity from time to time become victims of the delusions of others, and these in turn feed the fires of their own banal disillusionment with life. From disillusionment comes boredom, and from boredom comes restlessness, and from restlessness comes at last idle mischief, and out of idle mischief comes sin, and from sin comes again the return to the cycle of death. Therefore, I say to all of you this day, that humanity ought to have spiritual eyes that are open to the light, because the light can do that for humanity which nothing else can do. The light can sunder decisively from humanity those energies which are not of the light. The light can drive out of man's feeling world and out of his mind those disturbing factors which prevent clear seeing. For when individuals are not able to see clearly, they cannot follow direction. And by reason of their failure to follow direction, again and again, they will make the same mistakes and find themselves face to face with the return of their own energy, coming back for redemption as well as instruction. For karmic patterns are not of necessity, all coming back, returning to man, simply because of the fact that man requires punishment, but rather because he also requires the instruction in righteousness which these conditions bring. The instruction in righteousness which is the sweetness of God. Although it may seem at the time to be chastisement, in reality it is a blessing in disguise. Will you understand with me then how beautiful nature is? Will you understand with me how beautiful the soul is? For the soul potential not only has within it the ability to perform perforce phenomenal miracles and happenings that will magnetize the mind to light, but also has the potential of creating in consciousness the blessed thoughts which God himself shares only with the most advanced angels and cosmic beings. You may not at first understand this, and so I shall explain that it is possible for human beings born in a physical body, having the beautiful soul within, to reach up to that level which already is attained by the angels. Therefore, man, if he wills it so, can achieve a unity with the very heart of God and become not only the quick, but the fully illumined. You will recall the word Jesus spoke unto Iscariot at the time that he betrayed him. That which thou doest, do quickly. Let it be understood clearly by mankind, then, that those who are determined to do evil will, in many cases, do it slowly, and thus, as they carry out over a longer period of the range of their lives nefarious activities, they will corrupt their soul even more so than if they do it quickly. I will explain this to you. It is necessary for man, in order to understand this, to recognize that there are certain laws governing all action. The understanding of these laws is most important. When humanity act in an evil manner, but act quickly, there is less time and concentration for a deep penetration of the falsity of evil into the substance of their soul substance. When they take a longer time, as for example, to decide to murder a certain individual whom they hate, and they proceed to hate this individual for 10 years, it is far more corrosive upon them than a sudden spurt of anger. Yet we are not concerned with this particular phase in depth, but only to illumine you concerning this fact, that you will not dwell upon evil. Whenever you are troubled by conditions, unwanted conditions that invade your life, remember the power and potential of turning to the light quickly and quickening the power of the light within yourself as a means of clean escaping those conditions that are unwanted in your world. Again and again, individuals continue to generate principles of fear and negation in their life. These principles of fear prevent the quickening of life, the very condition you seek. And therefore, individuals should understand that by ridding yourself of fear and the potential of fear, by ridding yourself of negativity and doubt, by affirming those positive conditions which you want, you will be more able to manifest them. The state of mind that we have is one which you also can have. The possibility and potential of each of you to manifest these qualities is in reality your ticket to higher realms and states of overcoming. If it were impossible for you to exhibit these self-same qualities that we ourselves utilized in attaining our own mastery, then of course it would be more difficult for you to achieve your mastery. But because these conditions are spiritually normal to man, you ought to understand that when you open the gateway to positive God domination of your mortal self by the wholeness of the whole man, you help to quicken within yourself those great cosmic potentials used by the ascended masters and cosmic beings in all past times to create those understandings of nature and nature's power that give you the dominion and self-mastery you seek and crave. Do not seek, beloved hearts, to learn those magical qualities whereby you may dominate the minds of other men, but rather yourself. For this is the key to true mastery. When individuals become angry with other parts of life, they open the door to all forms of astral darkness. And individuals who do this will often find that at first they have an uncomfortable feeling. They may, perchance, actually enjoy momentarily the discomfiture they bring to other parts of life. But I can assure you that what follows is not appetizing, either to your own blessed selves or the ascended Master. For we are concerned only with a manifestation upon this planet with universal harmony and perfection. We do not seek to drive a wedge between genuine spiritual organizations and individuals who are tied to them. Instead, we seek a unification in spirit of humanity. For there is only one God and one purpose that valiantly brings to humanity the power of quickening conditions, whereby they themselves can take themselves out of the status of becoming the dead into that realm where they are indeed the quick. We ourselves in the ascended realm have often been referred to by the great divine director and the cosmic hierarchy as the true quick. Therefore, you should understand that a quickening of the vibratory action of humanity is what is accomplished. Again and again, individuals do not see these simple facts, simply because they allow themselves to dwell entirely almost in mortal consciousness, or they fall into a sense where even when they seek spiritual things, they see them mirrored in their own mortal concepts. They have their doubts, their fears, and their questionings as a part of their quest, and quite naturally, they find them also to the right and to the left of the road. Because in the world of form, there are such vast momentums and doubts existing already in humanity that it is not difficult for those who affinitize with these vibratory qualities to see them, for they are already created in billions of minds. That the mind of man should actually manifest the one mind of God and freedom from fear and doubt is our hope. It can never be when individuals start upon the spiritual path and find the way to our abode in part, and then, simply because of outer trivialities or distractions, the activities of psychic entities and various vicious thought forms in the world, allow themselves to be diverted from the path so easily. It cannot be then that they will manifest the powers and potential of the kingdom of heaven. Do you see then, blessed ones, that so long as you allow yourselves to be diverted by outer thoughts and feelings, so long will you prevent yourselves from manifesting the great cosmic potential of the kingdom. I come to you this day then in the full awareness that we have great solar needs now to bring forth upon the planetary body a group of individuals who are willing to work together with the cosmic hierarchy in this moment of mankind's peril. For the peril upon earth is very great, and the potential peril is even greater. When humanity understand then this great peril and recognize that they have an opportunity, a chance to stay the hand of darkness and increase the potential of light upon the planetary body, to the blessing of millions of infants and tiny children, aspiring souls, as well as those of other ages, whose total hope is actually in God. Oftentimes, many of them are not aware of the realm in which we live. They are not aware of the other world. They are not aware of the continuity of life. They are not aware of life upon other planetary bodies, or upon other phases, I might say, of existence. For although it may seem strange to some of you, there is a potential whereby through phasing frequency, several evolutions can simultaneously occupy the same planetary body without even ever becoming aware of each other. This affords the Ascended Master's octave a most tremendous opportunity to serve the evolutions of many groups simultaneously, far more than you are aware of. This all can take place without so much as increasing the planetary weight one iota. In fact, the weight of humanity's effluvia is more inclined to tip the scales of the planetary axis by far than all of the evolutions simultaneously when God oriented. For God is light. Because he is light, the light frequencies are always able to function in perfect God control of all external environments and environmental actions. I come to you then this day also to make you aware of the many lodges of perfection that we have created here among mankind. Lodges of perfection to us means receptive altars where mankind can see clearly their own individual opportunities and the collective opportunities to transcend both their environment and their hereditary factors. Humanity do not need to remain bound as they currently are. We have already clearly demonstrated our power to escape from the darkness and shadow which humanity have allowed themselves to become so much a part of. We are in the realm of the quick. We remain there. The vibratory action of our realm, then, is an ascending frequency, a constant raising out of the levels of human doldrums into those magnificent realms of thought and feeling that generate and receive simultaneously the divinely ordained actions that free humanity and all life everywhere from all that is not of the light. What a magnificent concept humanity then may have if they will only recognize the reality that their I am presence clearly manifests to them. For the presence of God vibrates at this tremendously high frequency, this tremendously high rate of vibration, which is incomprehensible to the human mind. But that does not make any difference, blessed ones, for I am sure that you will understand that the frequency of our realm is for you. I am sure that you will understand that all of these things were created to raise your own vibratory action so that you yourselves may actually more easily enter into the realm of the ascended state. In some cases, we have perceived where individuals have had great aspiration for the ascended state, so much so that they literally forced upon nature their own ascension even before they deserved it. Some may not quite understand this, but in such cases, wheresoever the physical body was after the ascension, usually white ash appeared upon the ground. This a pile of untransmuted substance, which they must then transmute from the ascended state. We want you to understand clearly that in the true ascended state, the true free state, which we advocate coming to all, individuals are able to raise the body into the ascension as beautifully as you can imagine, so that it will rise majestically into the air, as did Jesus Christ long ago from Bethany's hill. And many others have escaped this planet. This very year, there were 4 ascensions in the physical that took place upon this planet. One, you must understand, from Mount Arhat. Another from the River Jordan. One from South America. And one from the United States. I want you to understand then that in addition to the fact that there are ascensions from inner levels, there are still ascensions occurring from the physical level. And these ascensions enable us to give a fuller explanation of the law to humanity through the consciousness of those who have just recently escaped from the human octave. Do you understand that each time an individual from this octave crosses the bridge, rises into the atmosphere, pulsating as light frequencies, that it creates a new skein of antakarana, a new filling of the gap between the human and the divine. Thereby, you see, tremendous light is allowed to flow over the energy patterns on the pathway of that individual's ascension. We are aware of how individuals have said, where do they go when they ascend? Which way is up? Let me say to all of you then today that the words, "a cloud received him out of their sight," clearly denote a form of radiant obscurity. Have you ever heard the passage before? Radiant obscurity. Well, then hear it now for the first time. Because it is possible to actually conceal from human gaze that which is wholly divine and received by the divine back into the heart of God. But this must not be a darkened cloud of manifestation, as though complete mystery cloaked the marvelous activity of the ascension. Rather, there is a radiance which descends into the earth octave and fills the earth octave with hope every time an individual escapes from the realm of this world and its magnetism, including its banal magnetism, magnetizing humanity to old patterns of imperfection that do vibrate according to the level of the rate of the dead. We say then, attune yourselves and affinitize with the light and the light rate of vibration, with the quickening of the spirit, whereby you may be able to sunder your connection so easily, much more easily, with those things that are undesirable, simply because you will come into a living and breathing awareness of the power that we wield and the intent and purpose of the living God, which He holds also for you. I want you then to understand that so long have mankind familiarized themselves with these old habit patterns of thought and feeling that have never produced one iota of freedom, that now it is possible for individuals to change all of that if they will only observe the ritual of faith. Unfortunately, just as soon as they determine that they are going to observe the ritual of faith, then along comes the powers of darkness and literally dangle before their gaze those optical illusions which are no reality at all, simply a change in the feeling rate of their vibratory world. If they would only understand that faithfulness to Dharma, faithfulness to duty, year after year, month after month, day after day, will cause them to be able to tie in to old reserves and momentums of cosmic virtue, they will see the value in maintaining a constancy of decree pattern, a constancy of attendance at our dictations and our releases which are given to you, and an increase in your devotion from day to day. You cannot decrease your activities for the light and then expect to receive the same rate of increase. It cannot be, for we are governed by cosmic law even as you are. And our one supreme thought for all of you is that you will ultimately free yourselves from this rate of vibration into our octave of light, where once again you will be able to indulge yourselves in those spiritual delights and graces that were prepared for you in heaven. For eye has not seen, nor has ear heard, neither entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for them that love Him, to them who are the called according to His purpose. I am called Sanctus Germanus, and I came to you this day that I might express a little bit more of the love and fashion of heaven for you, that one by one you might take delight in fashioning for yourselves more of this self-same grace, and thus escape from the round of sense nonsense, which presently floods the world, including the psychic world, with delusion. I come to you then this day, that you might understand the reality of your God presence, and understand the reality of the plan that heaven has already prepared for each of you. Not darkness, but light, for light itself is complete in its graces. And when you understand that and begin to move upon the spiritual path in full fervor, you will find yourself having a wondrous occurrence, a wondrous happening in your world. You will find yourself accelerating your momentums toward grace and goodness. Instead of having less, you will find yourself possessing more. And by this grace, you will mount up as on eagle wing into the heaven world of achievement. For multitudes have gone before you. Multitudes are going now, and all will eventually ultimate in the perfection of the living God. And those who do not will mercifully be given the second death as an activity whereby the earth and the heaven world both may be freed from the dregs of perpetuation of evil. Evil must fall. It cannot preserve itself intact, for its very nature is a falling action. For I saw a star fall from heaven, and its name was wormwood. Let men understand then that the gall of the fall is all a matter of ridiculousness from the divine standpoint. It is unnecessary. For God in the beginning prepared only wings of virtue upon which all may, if they will, rise. I thank you.